probably be enlightened about what Trump has done. I understand Trump has let some black people out of jail. I think that he's signed some reforms and all of that. But I also
Yeah, I
think that
also agree with
Trump
the
has
person. I'll
done
help you out,
way
listen.
more worse things to black people or just the economy, period. Because I think that a lot of what Trump does, it doesn't necessarily affect black people negatively specifically, but it just affects the economy as a whole. Since majority of us are middle class, and that's who American politics seems to attack and target, that's where it affects black people because majority of us are working, are in middle class. So, and then we have so many of us on these governmental programs that we rely on, especially our single mothers. They rely on these benefits to take care of their children. And he cutting those. He said, no, if you're on Medicaid, I'm cutting it. You can't afford Medicaid, especially when you're talking about our elderly. They get less in Social Security than a lot of other races. So if you're cutting Social Security, you're cutting Medicaid, where a lot of people are from that get Social Security, they're on Medicaid, but you're cutting that. Now they have to figure out how they're gonna afford their medication. So it's not that Trump's policies affect black people specifically, but because we're people who are receiving some of these benefits, of course we're being affected by that. Like Trump, how many jobs in Memphis he cut from the IRS? And you know Memphis is a big black population. So you can guarantee that majority of them jobs he cut from the federal government, the federal government is a big employer of black people.
Yes.
So for him to
Yes.
cut them jobs, a lot of black people lost jobs. For him to cut programs, a lot of black people lost those programs. So it's not that he's done stuff specifically that hurt us. I don't think DEI is something that benefits black people. So I didn't really care about that. I don't really care about him scratching the museums. I thought it was cool that people from all over the world could go to that museum and see what's happened to us. But is it going to be the truth? No. Are they going to get the real deal? No. So I didn't really care. I don't think we should rely on white people to teach our history anyway. So I didn't really care about them slashing, the museums, slashing the funding from these programs. That doesn't really bother me. I don't think that the white people should teach our history anyway. But when it comes to like the little bit of economic power we do have, Trump is passing. He's cutting a lot of that, and a lot of us are losing our economic power as related to that. And I mean, it's just another large group of black people who are going to be looking for work, asking white people for something yet again, another job, trying to figure out how they're going to figure it out because they've been working for the government for all this time and now they have to go look for jobs. So, I guess Trump, maybe he's not hurting black people. I personally don't. I don't necessarily disagree with you saying that I want, you know, majority of the funds that they're using for the for immigrants that they use them for the American citizens, maybe black people. But that's not going to happen because he's at the same as he's saying, well, I'm going to take all this money from ICE or from the immigrant funding or all these funds you get from the federal government. He's not taking that money and putting them into social programs. He's taking that money and putting them into the defense budget. So I mean, it's just I don't see the correlation between him cutting programs but also cutting these expenses. I don't see him putting that money back into community programs. I see him attacking the Department of Education, saying maybe okay, maybe the federal government want to do some changes to the Department of Education, but what exactly is going to be the changes? Are you just going to take the money and go, or are you going to put some more programs in there? Because the all of that, it's just So when they're taking money from these programs, and not just black people, but everybody benefit from them, then he's hurting the citizens, maybe not specific black people, but we're being, of course, when it's get bad for America, black people suffer the worst. So I mean, and that's not just Trump. All these Republican and Democratic candidates, like it's not. gonna be a difference if it was Trump or it was Kamala, if it was any of these Democrat or Republican for president. So I'm not picking on Trump. I'm just saying that he just happened to be the one, the president Trump nominee who they voted into office. He's the one that's vetoing these policy cuts. So it just happened. He just happened to be the face today. So I mean, and aside from that, I mean, I don't necessarily. I just think Trump is just racist. Like he is racist, but I mean, he called Jasmine Crockett ignorant and dumb and like it's just outrageous. But he don't attack. I'll go ahead. I'll move on. That's my thing with Trump is that he's affecting black people now when he used to love being in our things. He's
Yeah.
not gonna do a damn thing for us. Like I hope black people are not expecting Trump to give us reparations or give us
Solo,
anything like that.
is it worth calling him out on that though? Like, so let's
I
say
mean,
you're right
no,
and he
not
don't.
really. Not really, in my opinion. I mean, what else do we expect from these people? I mean, do you expect for out of, let's just say it's 100 million white people, do you expect a million of them to not be racist? Do you specifically think Trump is the racism in America? Absolutely not. He's just happened to be the person in the face. If you was to put another Republican candidate up there, they're gonna start calling him racist. Everyone racist nowadays because they think that's enough to get them counseled. But these people have been racist. The liberals are racist. It's not a Republican domain. I calling Trump a racist means nothing to me. Like all of them are racist. So it's not that Trump is the only racist person in America. So calling him racist means nothing. But I don't think he's gonna do anything for Black America. Like I hope we're not sitting back waiting, thinking Trump is gonna be the one that's gonna give us reparations. We're not. That's not gonna happen.
So can I just make a statement real fast? Go back to the cut of these jobs. The reason why he cut these jobs because it's a cause and effect, right? It's a reason behind everything. How he was saying, you have these people that been holding these positions and these federal jobs for over 20 years, and they haven't done anything. You know what I mean? They haven't given back to the community. Um, I agree with a whole lot of things people say, but black people, they don't even do anything for black people. You know, they're always like waiting on the Caucasians or the Europeans or the oppression to do stuff for black people, but they don't. They get these jobs, these good paying jobs, they get these opportunities that other people are less fortunate to get, and they don't even try to develop programs in their own communities. They don't say, let's set up this boys and this girl. What is those things called? Those programs, those boys and those girls programs after school. Yeah, no, let's not buy a grocery store. Let's go in half and buy a grocery store and put in our community to make our economical system stronger. You know, they don't do this. You know, so it's kind of ironic to me that, and I'm just speaking in general, like the African American race, they're always pointing a finger at the Caucasians or the Europeans, but they don't even really do anything for their own communities. We can't, how can you rely on your oppressor to do anything for you? For example, if I have a opportunity where I have a career and it's paying money, I'm about to get with people like Taj and with Jamie and say, man, this is what we need to do. We need to put our money together and try to build an outreach program. Let's start teaching these little black kids self-defense. Let's educate them. Let's set up some type of what is the word for academic program? We don't even do this. So how do we expect our oppressor to do this? That's my only concern. And that was the reason why he said, I'm cutting these jobs. What are you doing? You've been here 20 years. What have you done for your community? What have you given back? Nothing.
So Cairo, real
I
quick,
don't.
Jamie.
So,
So so
and then these,
so Cairo,
One more time, one more
all
time,
right,
one more time.
Jamie, I can get in real quick.
wait, but then these programs. Like Section 8, one more Section 8, right? You got these women that's dependent on
Let
Section 8.
Solo go ahead and
But
respond because she was speaking to her. Let her respond. And
Oh,
then you
my
can go.
fault. Go ahead, Solo.
But I'm just saying, like, these programs real fast. You got all of these Section 8 programs, right? My friend had Section 8. Whenever it was time for her inspection, she created an argument with the boyfriend to kick him out the house because he can't even be there. You know what I mean?